Haley got mug. Lynette is getting the lay of the land. And Chelsea finds out something she didn't know about Madison. What's good, y'all? She gets this Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Beyond the Gates video. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss the moment I post new Beyond the Gates content and conversations. As you can see, y'all, we out in the wild. Shout out to my sister. I'm in Dallas for a homegirl's birthday, but I'm also visiting my sister before then. So we are posted up in her living room. Love you, sissy. I thank you so much for the wonderful, beautiful space. Okay, let's talk about let's talk about this. Season 2, episode 27. Which, it wasn't a dud. I'm like sitting here thinking like, wait, what happened? And I just watched it, so I also feel like, was it a dud if I can't really remember? This whole episode, most of it was about Haley. Haley coming to the hospital, running into Ashley's floor in the hospital. This hospital supposedly has an emergency room, and yet and still everybody who's running in with emergent things going on with them never make it to the emergency room. They always come to the nurse station. That blows my mind. I understand we got limited set pieces and whatnot, so I ain't gonna do too much on them, but that part, they tried to like explain it away with like Haley, like, I just wanted to come to Ashley. I know Ashley and I trust Ashley. So here comes Lynette wheeling her ass in as if this girl is dying, giving birth, doing something of drastic measures when all she did was get socked in her eye. It will happen again, so go ahead and prepare yourself. Know how this feels now, register it so that you know how to handle it moving forward. Now, what's the craziest and most annoying part of this whole thing is that Lynette's plan actually works. Lynette decides to hit Haley because she did not want to pull the trigger on a plan that can get Bill back into being putty in her hands. So Lynette decides to do it, and now she just has to go with it because she got this big ass shiner. And lo and behold and lo, this actually works. Bill, once Naomi actually gets in touch with her because gets in touch with him because he's actually ducking Haley's call, so she's not the one who lets him know what went down, but Naomi is, because she happens to be at the hospital at the time that Haley comes in, and she ain't taking this because we family, and I might not like your beady-headed ass, but we family, and this ain't gonna stay, this ain't gonna stand. Let me go ahead and call my father-in-law, the chief of police. Child, Naomi got things moving. Gets in touch with Bill. He immediately rushes down there, and he is immediately in protect mode. And I'm just like, the way you are getting played like a fiddle, Bill Hamilton, you should be ashamed of yourself. Or at least the moment, once you realize what's actually going on and you start to pick up on the lies versus the truth, I hope that you feel terribly, terribly, terribly ashamed of yourself. Because it's one thing to have a hero complex. It's another to have this self-righteous sense of justice, because that's what I feel like Bill is operating with. It's not just that he wants good things to happen, he wants to protect the people around him. I also believe that he gets off on protecting the people around him to try to counteract the harm that he actually puts out here in the world. So you have this self-righteous sense of justice because you are a direct menace yourself. And this is the thing that actually gives you the false sense of being a good person. Because yes, you might have wreaked havoc all over Danny's heart. Yes, you betrayed her. Yes, you cheated on her. Yes, you were inconsistent within your family. Yes, you might be a not questionable attorney in reference to skill, but like you'll do a couple things to make sure that you win a case. So you might not be towing the right side of the ethical lines when it comes to that. But you also are a loyal, committed, protective father, a protective ex-husband. You show up in the times of crises, whether it's a potential cancer diagnosis or your daughter gets missing. Your wife gets punched in the eye. You ready to burn the whole damn city down and make sure that the chief of police knows that you're not playing no games, that he will have to figure it out. And it's like, in Bill's mind, I think that he thinks that those two things counteract each other. So then it keeps him on the place of like, oh, I'm a good person regardless of the things. It's like, actually, no, you're still a shitty human being. And the fact that, to me, the thing that gives the visual cue that you're still a shitty human being is that where they find you to call you to let you know that your wife is down here in the hospital because somebody rocked her, it's in Danny's business, in Danny's home. First getting into an altercation with her current husband after you said, where's my wife? You who? Because I don't know where that bobblehead asshole is. I don't know where she at. But you coming in here talking about your wife, your ex-wife, and then you want to be putting your foot down about your damn daughter's engagement. Meanwhile, she's grown. Danny can't stop her. You can't stop her. The rest of the damn Duprees can't stop her if she so damn chooses to marry Madison, and you're mad about it. But you're also not really mad about it. You really just want a reason to talk to Danny. You really just want a reason to be in her face. You really just want a way to be able to placate your feelings of desire and remorse. And we see right through you, Bill Hamilton. And I'm saying all of that with all this gusto, y'all, but I also don't want him to stop because, I enjoy watching this man suffer in this way. I love him reaping what he has sown by way of his relationship and him falling and failing in his relationship with Danny. I love that he is catching the lumps, bumps, and bruises of watching her be loved correctly. I love that Andre don't back down. He don't give a damn if you a foot taller than him. I love every bit about it. Like, the most least interesting thing to me about Bill Hamilton's storyline is his wife Haley, because his redemption arc and or reclaiming my wife's story, and if Willie or Woney and Kenny or Canny is some of the most intriguing stuff to me that's happening in Fairmont Crest. Absolutely adore it. All right, Haley still full of Lynette. I can't get a grasp on Lynette to save my life, because she has these moments where she's like plays the two-face very well. As she's giving her water, she's like, oh, you're such a great nurse, and nurses don't get enough credit. I'm gonna fill out a survey about you. And the moment that as she walks away, she's like, yeah, what are you, neighborhood watch? And it's just like, girl, she was just giving you some water. She ain't even listening to all your business. So Lynette is hanging around, but then she tries to leave, and then Naomi tells her to stay because she can also give a statement to the chief of police. So it also feels like she's staying for that, but she's also trying to stay to figure out what's being said, if anybody suspects this being fake or anybody questioning Haley, because she's already gotten, by way of the running with Danny, she's already gotten a perspective of like how people regard Haley, and then seeing how Haley moves around Fairmont Crest. She doesn't really have any friends. She don't really engage with anybody. And knowing who these people are, because I'm sure that Haley has told her this part of the story as well. I think part of the reason why Lynette is hanging around is that she's trying to understand where everybody is, the places that they are holding, and if they are buying it, basically. And again, I'm not really off Lynette yet. Like, you teaming up with Haley right now, but I'm not sure if she's fully aligned with Haley or if Haley is just a good means to an end. I mean, befriending Haley again and getting on her good graces has gotten her in a space where the case is now pro bono, so she don't have to pay for Bill's firm to represent her. She's probably going to get off because Bill's firm does what Bill does. I am just hoping that this is leading to Lynette actually turning on Haley. And it's also putting me in a place of wondering what it looks like if Lynette gets to integrate into Fairmont Crest and people still don't accept Haley. I would love that. I would love that down here. I would love that down. What else happened in this episode? Child, Madison is not actually going to Denmark because while she had a dream of studying, doing Parkinson research, she's also had a dream for forever of getting married, and now she has the opportunity to do that. So she's choosing Chelsea over Denmark. I fear I'm done. I'm done rooting for this couple. They have gone from healthy, great for each other, to codependent and destined to be doomed. In a lickety split, if you ask me. Because Madison, what? You can't be away from her for a year, but y'all supposed to be married and this is supposed to be forever? This is where I struggle, because it's a fine line between waiting too long and hovering and being stuck at a potential engagement stage and rushing your ass to the altar because you're trying to overcompensate for something. You can't go do research in a space that you have wanted to be in, that you never really got accepted into, and now finally have you turned that down because you can't go for a year away from this girl, but she also said that she was going to make the trips back and forth and y'all was going to figure it out. How does you going to do research in Denmark for a year mean that you can't get married? You can't have kids. You can't have all of what you had imagined before. It's just a year. This to me is a blaring red flag, because if y'all can't make it a year doing long distance, and y'all marriage is never going to make it 50, 60, 70 years, baby. It's just not going to happen. Her willingness and ability to just completely like, okay, don't even worry about it. She didn't talk to Chelsea about it. She literally just turned it down and then went on about the day. And Chelsea is confronted with this truth while they are revealing to the Grants about the engagement. And then Chelsea is gushing about her internship or fellowship. And then she blurts it out of like, I can't let you keep on lying to these people. Like, I already turned it down. It's like, so now we're going to go back to how this actually came about, because you told Chelsea that you did not take this thing as a result of y'all breaking up and the separation, and it was not provoked by that. This is a great opportunity, and you would have taken it whether y'all were still together or not. But the fact that you're turning it down without even having a conversation in a moment's notice, simply because you've had a ring on your finger for 12 hours, tells me, survey says, that was actually a lie. You was taking your ass there because y'all broke up, and nobody's going to be able to convince me otherwise. And in a matter of like mere moments, it feels like they are now moving Madison into a path of like nonsensicalness. And she's one of the most logical, rational, emotionally intelligent characters that we have. But she's making these erratic, weird ass decisions tied to this relationship, highlighting the codependency that they have within this relationship. And I thought it was just codependencies on Chelsea's end, but clearly now we have to enter into the conversation codependency on Madison's end. And I want them to break up, because they both are putting themselves in a position to hold themselves back individually for the sake of the relationship. Meanwhile, the relationship was fine, was not actually in any type of jeopardy. The best part about y'all's relationship is y'all being able to be yourselves. Now, Chelsea introducing the drugs to the mix, that was a damn threat to the damn relationship, because now you leading into being a different person. And did I fall in love with that person? But being able to travel, being able to have your own career pursuits, being in two different industries, all of that is not immediately detrimental to the relationship. So the way that y'all are talking and moving and trying to imply such, it's kind of annoying me. I'm not even gonna hold you. It's really annoying me. It's taking the good that I actually valued about them being two very independent, ambitious women coming together to love one another. It's removing that part of it, which leaves you with what? Two beautiful women? Everybody's beautiful in Fairmont Crest. What you saying? What else happened? Child, when I just thought about it, I want to roll my damn, actually I'm going to roll my eyes. Child. Jacob, please. Well, actually, before I say Jacob, please. That man know he look good. That man know he look good. And his undercover, I'm a thug. His fake thug is everything, y'all. I don't give a damn what y'all talking about. Argue with your mamas in the comment section, because I don't give a damn what y'all talking about. His fake up against this wall thug. I said all of the thug appeal with no actual danger. Sign me up. It's the beard too. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. It's the beard. And child, what is Red from All the Queen's Men doing? What you reincarnated now? You came to wreak havoc all over Fairmont Cross. Let me stop. Okay. Jacob meets up and he thinks this is the moment that he's gonna get it in, but he wants to get an assignment. And he's going to have to beat the hell out of another member of the organization who is asking too many questions and pushing back because he feels like he's not getting a big enough cut. And once Jacob do that, then he'll actually be in, and he's gonna have to stay on the ready to be told who the person is and when he's gonna do it. And I'm like, okay, this is all a part of it. He's undercover. Okay, cool. I'm saying, Jacob, please. Jacob, what the hell? Because the immediate debriefs to Smitty make no sense to me. I know that they agreed to work together, but to tell Smitty every single thing along the way, to be having these very public check-ins at Orphe Jean's where y'all are talking where other people can hear you. So much so even June didn't, maybe she didn't overhear and she was just, the timing was great. But something about this just screams y'all asses are trying to get caught. But then also, Smitty cannot even back you up. And then when you detail to him what is it being expected of you, he's like, well, how far are you willing to go? That ain't even nowhere far enough. Slapping somebody up is not even far enough. When you're undercover as a cop, there's two things that you're not supposed to do. Well, three things you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to take drugs, but most of them do that undercover. The two major things, you can't kill nobody, and you're also not supposed to have sex with nobody. Everything else is on the table. On the table, Smitty. And the fact that you're trying to shame him into not beating somebody's ass is a way to get in when he's supposed to be undercover and has to prove that he's capable of doing the things that these degenerates that he's trying to take down do, lets me know that your ass don't need to be on the team, and let alone you should not be knowing about everything that's going along step by step, because you chiming in with your little morality and your ethics and whatever the hell else that you're saying don't actually feed into him getting to the position that he needs to get into to take the whole damn plasma ring down, which at newsflash, the deduction is Smitty is a detriment to the case, which should have already been assumed because he's the goddamn press. At what point, and this is, I guess, me speaking to the writers, because I know that y'all trying to do something with Smitty, but him and Smitty working on this case together makes absolutely no sense to me. And I get that this is soap opera. I get that they can only do so much. I get that we're getting the PG version of crime up in here, and we ain't gonna be seeing power level violence and power level this and power level that. But having a police officer constantly report to a goddamn reporter makes no sense to me. And it's pissing me off. Like the fact that I have to watch them continue to meet, and then Jacob debriefs him as if he's like the damn chief of police. Why are we telling Smitty so damn much? Smitty with his wide eyes and hopeful dreams. Sir, you're a civilian. Go ahead. And I think that's pretty much it. Y'all let me know if I missed something in the comment section down below. It should consist, you love to talk TV with. I'm trying not to never fall back behind. So even though I'm traveling, I got y'all. So I appreciate y'all watching. Drop your comments in the comment section down below. And I'll see you in the next one.